So tiles, this one is going to be a question about angles in a polygon. So we have two 12-sided tiles and we're trying to work out what tile goes in the middle. So with a 12-sided tile, the exterior angle will be 360 divided by 12, which is 36 divided by 12 is 3, so that is 30 degrees. That means the interior angle is 150 degrees. So we have 150 here, we have 150 here. Now the 3 around a point make 360, so we're going to take away the 300, so we're left with an angle of 60 degrees in here. Now you should know that 60 degrees is an equilateral triangle, which means obviously the missing shape is a triangle with 3 sides. If you weren't sure, you could say if the interior is 60, then the exterior is 120, and then 360 divided by 120, which is 3, would tell you there are 3 sides in that last shape. Two of the equations are perpendicular to each other, so if we want to find perpendicular, we need to look at the gradients. So the first one, the gradient, if we rearrange this into the form y equals something x, so we're going to divide by 4, so we get a quarter x. Same here, we're going to get y equals 3/4 x. This one here, we're going to get y equals 1/3 x. This one here we just got already is y equals x. This one here, we're going to get y equals minus 1/4 x. And then here we have y equals minus 4x already. Now for perpendicular lines we have to have a gradient which is flipped over and the sign changed. So there is no minus x, so it can't be this one. This flipped over would be 4, but it would become positive, so that doesn't match up with anything. This flipped over would make 4 over 3, this flipped over would make 3, and as you can see if I flip this over it becomes 4, and obviously with the minus sign in front, these are the two perpendicular lines. So, semicircle joined to a square, find the area in terms of pi. So the square, we get 8 times 8, which is 64 centimeters squared. A semicircle is pi r squared halved. So in this case we get pi times by 8 squared divided by 2. So this is 64 pi divided by 2, which is 32 pi. So our total area is 64 plus 32 lots of pi. Question 13, what is this pattern? So if we look at the black circles are going 1, 4, 9, which hopefully you will notice are the square numbers. So whatever pattern number I have, I square it to find the number of black tiles. White tiles, we have 3, 5, 7, so find the nth term. It's going up 2 each time, so that's 2n, and then to get from 2 to 3, I add 1, so it is 2n plus 1. Question 14, this looks like a simultaneous equation. So we have 2 black currants plus 3 soda water, which costs 2.04, and then we have 4 black currants plus 1 soda, which costs £2.48. I'm going to times the top equation by 2, so I get 4 black currants in both. So that's going to become 6 sodas is equal to 4.08. The second one I'm not going to change at all. And then I have the same sign here, so I'm subtracting. 6 take away 1 gives me 5 soda waters. Subtract these from each other and I find that it's £1.60. So 5 soda waters are worth £1.60. So soda water is £1.60 divided by 5. So soda water is 32 pence. I can then say that 2 black currants plus 3 lots of 32 pence equals £2.04. So 2 black currants plus 96p, which I'm now going to say is 0.96 pounds, is 2.04. So 2 black currants are equal to 2.04 minus 0.96. So 2 black currants are equal to 1.08. So then divide by 2, so a black currant is what costs 54 pence. So we have black currant is 54 pence, and we have soda water is 32 pence. Question 15. B to A to C. What I would suggest you do with any of these questions is fill in everything you possibly can and then work out anything that's missing from there. So be careful with this one because the centre is not actually attached to any of these lines. However, we have got a triangle coming from a tangent, which means that 38 is equivalent to this angle up here. So BAC is also 38 degrees. As this is isosceles, I can take 38 away from 180 and split it in half to find these two. So I get 180 minus 38, which gives me 142, which when I half it gives me 71 in here and 71 in here. A, B, C. A to B to C, we've just found, is 71 degrees. A to D to C. Now, there is a four-sided shape inside this circle, which means opposite sides add up to 180. So ADC is 109. And then the final one, C to O to B. So we're going to have to draw this because it doesn't exist at the moment. So we're going to go from C to O, and then we're going to go to B. So we're trying to find this angle here. Now when I draw that angle, I see very quickly there is an arrowhead here, which tells me that this angle is double that angle, so I get 76 degrees in here, so I get 76 degrees here. Question 16, show that these are the same, so I need to make both sides the same. So I'm going to multiply the left-hand side by, I'm going to multiply on the left-hand side to get all of those fractions over 20, and then once I've got them all over 20, I can obviously tell whether they are the same. So this one, I'm going to multiply by 4, because remember, if I multiply the top and bottom of a fraction by the same thing, obviously it is still the same amount. This one I'm going to have to times by 5, and then that becomes over 20, and then this one I'm just going to have to times by 2, and again it becomes over 20. I'm going to leave this as it is, and all I'm going to do is work this out to prove it's the same as that. So I get 12x plus 8 minus 25x plus 10 plus 14, all now over 20. So 12x minus 25x is minus 13x. 8 plus 10 plus 14 is 32, and I have this over 20. Now that is the same as saying 32 minus 13x over 20, which is what I was trying to show, and therefore I've proved it. The probability of an event occurring is 0.4, written P of A is 0.4. Independently, the probability of B occurring is written as P of B equals X. The probability of A not happening and B occurring together is 0.5. Calculate X. So the probability of A not happening is 0.6. A and B there is going to be, so probability of A not happening 0.6 times by, because we have and, probability of B occurring, which is X, is equal to 0.48. So 0.6 times something equals 0.48. So I can do X equals 0.48 divided by 0.6. So X equals 0.8. Question 18. Y is proportional to 1 over X because it's inverse. Put K over X. Use these values. So 50 equals K divided by 2. So K equals 100. Take the 2 up and multiply. So we find that Y equals 100 divided by X. So we're going to use this twice. So when X is a half, we find that Y equals 100 divided by a half. So we're saying how many halves make 100? So that is 200. 200 halves make 100. And then 12.5 is equal to 100 divided by X. So we're going to swap these over. So we're going to get X is equal to 100 divided by 12.5. So X is equal to 8. Because 8 12.5s make 100. Question 19, probability. Calculate the probability that at least one of the chocolates that Ralph selects is strawberry flavoured. So there are 20 and 5 are strawberry. So I'm going to use a tree diagram. So strawberry, not strawberry. Ralph is picking 2. So then again we have strawberry or not strawberry, strawberry or not strawberry. So on the first one there are 5 strawberries. So the chance of picking a strawberry is 5 out of 20 and a not strawberry is 15 out of 20. On the second selection, if he's already picked one, we now have 4 out of 19 strawberry in there, and we still have all 15, but only 19 that aren't strawberry. If, however, on his first one he picks a not strawberry, there are still 5 strawberries left out of the 19, and this time there are 14 not strawberries out of the 19. So strawberry, strawberry, strawberry and a not strawberry and a strawberry, and then a not strawberry and another not strawberry. Calculate the probability at least one is strawberry. So at least one means all three of those probabilities. So the first one is 5 over 20 times 4 over 19. So 4 over 19 times by 5 over 20. So that is 20 over 380. Don't cancel that down because in a minute we're going to have to add it and it's easier to keep it as it is. Here we have 5 over 20 times 15 over 19. So that's 75 over 380. Here we have 15 over 20 times 5 over 19, which is 75 over 380 again. We add these three together, so we get 170 over 380. Says nothing about simplest form, so simply leave it like that.